Hello, and welcome to the first series of my podcast on my research method, a phenomenology study created by Mr. Cadero D. Johnson. Describe the approach you believe offers the most promise for your study. The approach that I believe will offer the most promise for my study is the phenomenology research approach. This approach will allow me to explore the lived experiences of those teachers and students who would have engaged in online teaching and learning during the COVID 19 pandemic in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. My research will unveil the experiences during the time when schools switched to remote learning at a moment's notice. This research method will reduce individual experiences with a phenomenon to a description of the universal essence. Data will be collected from persons who have experienced the phenomenon, which will allow me to develop a composite description of the essence of the experience for all of the individuals. I will expose what they have experienced and how they have experienced it. Phenomenological research is a distinct qualitative method for discovering the underlying structure of shared essences of some social phenomenon. Humanalio in 2019 describes it as a phenomenological study that looks at human behavior, what they say, and what they do. Identify the central research question it addresses. In my research, the central research question is why teaching and online learning hasn't achieved the kinds of success that has been anticipated. In other words, online teaching and learning has failed during the COVID 19 pandemic in the Bahamas. There are several indicators that has hindered its success, and this research method will yield the kinds of answers needed to validate my hypothesis. Describe the data collection methods you propose to use. With the use of participant observations, in depth interviews, conversations with participants, analysis of personal text, action research, and focus meetings, the central question surrounding this research will surely be addressed. It should be noted that regardless of the method used for this phenomenological research design, the focus must be on the research issues, and I will avoid influencing the participants as much as possible. Additionally, empathy will be shown, and I intend to establish a good level of rapport to gain deep insight into the participants' experiences. Explore how QDA Miner can be employed to complete the data analysis. Qualitative data needs to be analyzed in a manner that is easy to understand and interpret. With the use of the QDA Miner qualitative data analysis tool in this study, interviews, focus groups, transcripts, legal documents, journal articles, speeches, entire books, as well as drawings, photographs, paintings, and other types of visual documents can easily be analyzed. QDA Miner offers more computer assistance for coding than any other qualitative research software on the market, and it allows you to code and analyze documents more quickly but also more reliably, which makes the research more credible. The many features of the software will provide a clear understanding of what is going to be generated from the data and what will be needed to validate the research study. And finally, discuss the implications of this choice in forming your research study, that is, limitations, reliability, and validity. As with every research method, there are limitations, issues of reliability, and validity that may smudge the results of the study. Phenomenology has not been exempted, and researchers using this approach can face some challenges. For example, data gathering can take up a great deal of time and resources. The analysis and interpretation of data may be difficult, and it may not be very helpful in generating theories. To ensure that this study is valid and reliable, data will only be gathered from persons who would have experienced the same phenomenon. Validation is a critical element of analysis which increases the credibility, rigor, and trustworthiness of research. Words by Magaha and 2019. This is the end of my first series of my podcast. Thank you for your time and attention.